All right, we made it through the notes. I thought we might stand to use a couple more examples that might be slightly trickier from the homework. So I'm going to show number 10 and then number 14. First, number 10, I'm turning to look at my other screen here. Hang on. So the directions would have said for this one to solve using the addition method, otherwise known as elimination. Even if I had a choice, I would definitely choose that for this one because none of the variables are isolated by themselves and none of them are easily isolated by themselves without resulting in some fractions. So let's take a look at how are we supposed to eliminate a variable if none of the numbers kind of go into each other easily right now. So if we take a look at the y's, minus 2y plus 5y, 2 doesn't go into 5, 5 doesn't go into 2. But what we can do is find a common multiple of both of those numbers. So if we were to eliminate y, I would want to find the least common multiple of 2 and 5, which is going to be 10. So if we can get the y's to be, here's my goal, minus 10y and plus 10y, that will be enough to eliminate those variables. If you were to choose to eliminate x, the 3x and the 5x, maybe you could turn them into plus 15x and minus 15x because 3 times 5 is 15. So you have choices. I'm going to go with eliminating y for this problem. So here's how we can make that happen. Let's remember, we're trying to get the y's to have the same coefficient, but with opposite signs. They already have opposite signs. So my goal is to change them both into a number that's the least common multiple. So the least common multiple of 2 and 5, 2 times 5, 10. So I'm going to change the y's into minus 10y and plus 10y. That means the first equation, I can multiply everything by 5. So if I distribute the 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times minus 2y is minus 10y. 5 times negative 3 minus 15. So I have 15x minus 10y equals negative 15. Now, if I do something similar for the second equation, this time I'm going to multiply by 2 because 2 times 5 is 10, and I'm going for plus 10y now. So 2 times 5x would be 20x. 2 times 5y would be, oh, wow, no, sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, back up. 2 times 5 is 10. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I was already 2 steps ahead and got mixed up. My apologies. Okay, let's just double check. Now I'm checking my first equation to make sure everything's good. I think it is. So second equation, 2 times 5x, 10x, plus 2 times 5y, 10y, equals 2 times negative 30, negative 60. There we go. So now when we combine our equations, add them together, the y's cancel out, minus 10y plus 10y, and then we can add everything else. 25 or 15 plus 10 would be 25x, and then negative 15, negative 60 add up to negative 75. You could probably take it from here, so feel free to just stop and move on to the next problem, but I'll keep going just in case we need it. Divide by 25, we would get x equals negative 3. Then we would plug back in to find y, use either of the equations. I'm going to use the first one, 3x minus 2y equals negative 3. We're replacing x with negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 minus 2y equals negative 3. 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Oh my gosh, so many mistakes here. Okay, 3x minus 2y equals negative 3. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Minus 2y equals negative 3. Now I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Negative 3 plus 9 is 6. Divide both sides by negative 2, and I'm getting negative 3. So it looks like our solution that we just got is negative 3, negative 3. I've been making some errors here, so I'm going to check this in both equations right now. So I'm going to erase to make some space for this. But again, I'm going to check my solution in both equations just to be sure, because I just think that that's important sometimes. So I'm erasing to make some space. Okay, Here, I'm just going to pause while I do that, and then we'll check. Okay, we're about to check our solution. We had gotten x equals -3, y equals -3. I'm about to check in both equations now, replacing x and y with -3 in the first equation. 3 times -3 is -9. -2 times -3 is +6. -9 plus 6 is -3. -3 equals -3. It works out. If it didn't, that just means we might have made a sign error, which, as you've just seen, can easily happen. That just happened to me a couple of times. I was rushing maybe. So just a reminder to myself and all of you to just make sure you slow down. Maybe I need to take a break soon. All right, I'm going to check in the other equation now to be extra sure. So we're replacing x and y with -3 for both. 5x plus 5y. So 5 times -3 is -15 plus 5 times -3, -15. And -15 plus -15 equals -30. And we're good. So it does check out in both. Okay, so that was number 10 from the homework. I picked that one just because it's one of the problems where you need to multiply both equations in order to complete that elimination. You can't just multiply one equation by something. We had to multiply both of them. Okay, the next problem I'm going to show is number 14. The reason why I picked it is because it does involve fractions in the original problem. And so if that sounds a little more challenging, go ahead and watch that next problem. I think that will be our last one.